For the limiting reactant and percent yield in a single replacement reaction lab, you will need your lab apron, your goggles, your 100 milliliter beaker, your 50 milliliter graduated cylinder, your stirring rod, filter paper, funnel, and your digital scale. Don't forget to grab as well your thermometer. In regard to the chemicals, you will need your 0.5 molar solution of copper 2 chloride, aluminum foil, and then you will also need water. Regarding the safety precautions for this lab, always wear goggles, gloves, and a lab apron. Copper 2 chloride is harmful if ingested and irritating to the skin. Hydrogen gas may be produced. Keep reaction away from flames. Wash hands thoroughly after handling chemicals. Part 1, prepare the reactants. For this part, you will need your dry aluminum foil, your scale, your beaker, your graduated cylinder, and your copper 2 chloride solution. First, you need to weigh less than 0.25 grams of dry aluminum foil, ideally between 0.20 and 0.25 grams. What you need to do is turn on your scale, be sure that this is zeroed, and then take a look at how much aluminum you currently have. Fold it and place it on the scale. This represents 3.26 grams of aluminum. I'm going to need way less than that. Understand that you only need between 0.20 to 0.25. Therefore, grab your aluminum and only take a part of it. And let's see how much is that rectangle right here. So I'm grabbing a rectangle, ensure that your scale is zeroed, and placing another rectangle, I have 0.43. I'm going to keep adjusting the mass. So my mass reached between 0.20 to 0.25. I have currently 0.23. This is the correct mass, and I'm going to record this mass on my handout, 0.23 gram of dry aluminum foil. Then I need to measure between 45 and 50 milliliter of the copper 2 chloride solution. For this, I'm going to grab my 50 ml graduated cylinder, and you will transfer the solution that you have in your container. So open it, and then transfer the solution to your graduated cylinder. Now that I've transferred all my solution of copper 2 chloride to my graduated cylinder, I can record the volume. Ensure that you are not passing the 50 milliliter line. Currently, I have 49.6 milliliter of copper 2 chloride in my graduated cylinder. I'm going to record this volume, and then I will transfer the solution to my 100 milliliter beaker. Transfer all the solution. Now what you can do is go and rinse thoroughly your graduated cylinder, since you're going to need it in the next step when you transfer the water. Part 2, start the reaction. First of all, record the appearance of your copper 2 chloride solution and of the dry aluminum foil before the reaction starts. You want also to record the temperature of your copper 2 chloride solution. For that, you're going to grab your thermometer. Be careful, it breaks. Insert it into the solution and record the temperature of your copper 2 chloride solution to 1 decimal place. Currently, I have a temperature of 23.1 degrees Celsius. Remove it and grab paper towel to dry it. Place it back in its container and record the temperature of your copper 2 chloride solution. Now what you will do is place the aluminum foil into the copper 2 chloride solution and submerge it with the stirring rod. You will observe that the aluminum foil will float on the top of the surface. Keep stirring to expose the aluminum on the foil until no more remains. So for that part, it's a good idea to tear your piece of aluminum that you weighed in the first part into smaller pieces. It will increase the rate of the reaction. So I'm just tearing it into very small pieces. Tear it apart. Small pieces. It will help. And then we are going to transfer those pieces to the beaker. Transfer all your pieces of aluminum foil into the beaker. You're going to start hearing a fizzing sound. The reaction started. And use your glass stirring rod to stir. Observe the fizzing. If you touch the beaker, feel the beaker and record all your observation. Do not forget, be patient. Keep stirring and record all your observation. Stir gently for at least 10 minutes, viewing the mixture from the side rather than looking straight down into the beaker from above. And please don't forget to record your observation for the reaction. After 10 minutes, record the temperature of your mixture. Be careful, the solution will get hot, but not hot enough to harm the plastic beaker. Remove the glass stirring rod. Dry it with your paper towel. Clean all your material. Grab your thermometer, and we are going to record the temperature after 10 minutes. Wait until the thermometer stabilizes, meaning doesn't increase anymore. My temperature reached 41, 42, 42.0 degrees Celsius. Remember to record it to 1 decimal place. Dry your thermometer. Clean and dry. Rinse, clean, and dry. Don't forget to record this temperature. Let the reaction proceed until no more visible change occurs. Keep stirring until no more aluminum foil remain. So ensure that you don't see any more floating pieces of aluminum, that everything has reacted. Do not proceed to part 3 if any aluminum is left. Now that the reaction is over, record the appearance of the solution and any solids after the reaction. Part 3, we're going to separate and dry the products. You will need an empty and dry styrofoam cup, 1 filter paper, the funnel, your solution from part 2, and your stirring rod. So first of all, we're going to fold the filter paper in half. So let me move this on the side. You're going to fold the filter paper in half. And then in half again. Fold it correctly. And then you're going to tear a small piece from a corner of the filter paper. Tearing a small piece. Look at figure all arrow 1. And then we're going to need our scale because we are going to record the mass of our filter paper. 0.51 gram for me. Then we're going to prepare our filtration setup. We're going to grab the folded filter paper. It has 4 curved edges, 2 interior and 2 exterior. We're going to separate an exterior edge from the 3 remaining edges until it makes a cone. So here you see, this is my filter paper with the corner, and I'm going to separate them, and now I have a cone. I'm going to place the filter paper cone into the plastic funnel. And what I will do now is wet with water this filter paper into the funnel to ensure that it sticks to the wall of the funnel. My filter paper is now wet, as you can see. I will place it here on the top of my paper cup. And I'm ready to filter. I let the solution carefully decant into the plastic cup, and I'm going to pour out as much of the solution as possible without losing any copper solid inside the filter cone. Do not overfill. You do not want to pass the rim of the filter paper. Be patient. After pouring out as much of the solution as possible, you will be left with your copper solid, the majority of your copper solid inside the beaker. What you need to do now is add 20 ml of water into your graduated cylinder, approximately 20 ml, and add it to the beaker that contains your copper solid. We're going to rinse the copper solid with clean water and stir gently. Stir the copper solution suspension with the stirring rod and pour it into the funnel. You can use the glass stirring rod to guide you. Again, pour the solution into the filter paper. Do not pass the rim of the filter paper. For this lab, patience is the key. For any lab. Be careful. To proceed with the rinse step of the copper solids, I recommend grabbing another cup and carefully transferring your funnel into the other cup. Transfer the majority of the copper solid. Add another 10 ml of solution to the beaker, 10 ml of water to help transfer the remainder, the rest of the copper solids. Same thing, ensure to never pass the rim of the filter paper. Keep in mind that it can take up to 5 minutes for the entire filtration process to happen. So please be patient, no rush. Science takes time. If you have leftover copper solids into your beaker, do not hesitate to use a little bit more water to finish rinsing. During the filtration step, you may need to empty the foam cup to be able to complete the rinsing and to let it dry thoroughly. To let the water flow thoroughly through the filter paper. After completing the rinsing, what you will do is you're going to carefully remove the filter paper from the filter funnel. We're going to unfold the filter paper and lay it flat on several layers of paper towel to help in the drying of the copper metal. So here I have the filtrate from my filtration. This is called the filtrate. I will dispose of all the used solutions and filtrate in the sink with water running. Allow the faucet to run a few minutes to dilute the solution. So this will go down the drain with a lot of water. Now the filtration, same thing. Whatever is left here, down the drain with a lot of water. What you want to do now is grab a stack of paper towel, and then what you will do is carefully and slowly remove your filter paper from the funnel. Don't forget that you will need to rinse and to wash all your glassware or plasticware in that case. And what we are going to do is unfold the filter paper and lay it flat. Your copper is currently wet, so we are going to leave it like this overnight. Might need, depending on the temperature, it might need couple, maybe 1 or 2 days in order to fully dry. Once the filter paper is dry, you're going to measure the mass of the filter paper and the dry copper, and you will take a picture of your dry copper on the filter paper. You will need to upload this picture on LabFlow. And then you will grab your scale and you're going to record the mass of the filter paper with your dry copper metal. You will record the appearance of the dried copper product, and then it's time for your calculation and analysis. The lab is done. We have done the wet part. Now it's time for calculation. Do not forget again to dispose of all the used solution and filtrates in the sink with water running. Allow the faucet to run a few minutes to dilute the solutions. You will need to clean and dry your beaker, your graduated cylinder, your filter funnel, the stirring rod that you used, any glassware that you use, the styrofoam cup. Everything needs to be rinsed and dry and placed back in your equipment kit. Thank you, and I hope you will enjoy this experiment as much as I did.